Do you have parts of your life that you find frustrating, or you just want to change to better yourself or better your life? Or maybe you have some destructive behavior patterns that you know you aren't happy with and you want to change, but you just keep falling back to them no matter how hard you try. You know, you are not broken and there is nothing wrong with you. And in this video, I'm going to explain what's happening that's making you fall back constantly to a past version of yourself that you are trying to improve. It is possible to change our energy and change the way we function to make our positive intentions for our life smoother and easier, to create lasting change for ourselves. It's through creating different actions that we can create a different future. Sometimes those actions get blocked, and in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening and what you can do about it. Hi, my name is Sarah Tomlinson, the girl with many secrets, artist, advocate, and healer, here to inspire and empower you on your healing journey. And if you like my content and these videos, please take the chance to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications every time a new video is posted. So let's get into it. Again, I want to say there is nothing wrong with you. You were born with a beautiful soul energy and potential that you were meant to share with this life and create anything that you desire to. So what's going on when we try to improve our life, and why is it so hard? Well, there is nothing wrong with you, but you could be carrying negative energy blocks from past traumatic experiences in your energy system that's affecting your body, that's affecting your mind and current thoughts to create new and lasting change in your life. In the healing arena, we use the word block a lot. Energy block, negative block, emotional block, traumatic block. So in this video, I am going to be going deeper into talking about what that block actually is. It is an actual thing that's affecting your system, but you can't see it. I'll be talking about how this block was originally made, how it's functioning now, and I'm going to share a couple possible techniques and routes that you can take to unravel it so you can bust through with new actions that you actually intend to take, but you've had trouble following through with those actions in the past. I'd like to backtrack a little bit and state some things that might be considered a little bit woo-woo or spiritual, but they're actually not. They're actually a part of a field of psychology called energy psychology. So I want to make a couple statements that are a baseline for energy psychology that help us learn what these blocks are doing and help us understand them a little bit. You will be able to take your healing journey to a whole other level. Truth be told, I'm a little bit of an impatient person and I love to see results. So I got into energy psychology to fast track my healing journey. So one concept of energy psychology that's really important is we have a physical body, and unfortunately this physical body has been given so much attention that we think it's the only valid functioning system in our body. Unfortunately, it's not. We also have an energy body, and we can't see this, although we are developing more and more technology to see what's going on in our energy body. For example, it's well known that your heart has a very strong magnetic field, stronger than your brain, and it communicates with your brain and the world through this magnetic field. So we do know that we have an energy body. And here's the thing, your physical body and your energy body are inseparable. They are constantly functioning together and affect each other. So if you are trying to heal, but are only working with your physical body, which also includes the things that you can sense and feel, like your emotions and your thoughts. Your emotions and thoughts are part of your energy body. So if you're not paying attention to your energy body as well, you're going to be taking a slow road to healing. Some things are unhealable if you're just looking at the mind, at the thoughts, at the physical body. But if you go deeper into the workings of your energy body, a lot of things are healable, and they're healable at a faster and easier rate than you would have thought possible. That's the first thing. Your energy body and your physical body are one and the same, and they're constantly working together. Understanding and mastering your energy body means that you can master and understand your life and create anything you want, including faster healing. The second important part of energy psychology is that words, thoughts, and emotions all have an energetic resonance, and they can affect your energy body. So much so that your past experiences you had in your lifetime, you had thoughts, emotions from those traumatic experiences that stayed in your energy field, and they are affecting you now. In fact, a lot of them stayed as beliefs. So beliefs are a very specific type of thought, and they are so strong that they get stored in our subconscious mind, but they also get stored in our energy body. And these beliefs, which come from traumatic experiences, are very limiting, they're very dense, and they have a very negative impact on us now in our current present reality. So it's possible to have these energetic, emotional, and traumatic blocks from the past that are still hanging out in our energy body. And it's really important, if we want to try and improve our life, to clear our energy field of these blocks, of these triggers, so we can actually move forward with our present and positive intentions that we want to do in our life. If we don't clear these trigger points, these emotional, these negative, traumatic blocks, we're constantly going to be coming up and hitting against them. So the type of energetic dysfunction or abnormality that you're experiencing that's causing, repetitive, destructive behaviors, this isn't the only energetic thing that we can have happening in our system that's causing disruptions in our life. There are other energetic injuries that we can have, and we can have this in our chakra system. There's lots of things that can happen in our chakra system, but this is one specific type of energetic injury that we can carry from the past, and it's referred to as a block or a wall that's happening inside of us. So there could be other things happening, and I'll do some more videos on them, but specifically in this video, we're talking about a net or a wall or a block that formed from your past that's affecting your life now. Let's look at a past example where a negative experience happened, and what this person, they're mean in the photo, or in the drawing. They're not supposed to be like rah. They probably actually didn't mean to hurt you. They were functioning on their own behavior patterns from their own negative experiences. They may not have been intentionally meaning to cause a negative experience, but it was perceived from this person as being harmful. So that's why I put him as harmful. So what happened is we get this experience that originally happened, and this emotional net that happened originally. So emotions and thoughts and beliefs can be so strong energetically from traumatic experiences that they can actually form a net, sort of like a wall between us and the negative experience. At the time, this net or wall served as a positive thing. It served as protection. There was a short-term reward for having this block go up inside of us. For example, I had a negative experience in my childhood. I was really bullied in school by a bunch of girls for many, many years. And I built up so many blocks inside of me towards other people that it was better to be small. It was better to be quiet. It was better to be in the back and unnoticed. It's better to not express myself. It's better not to share anything that I hold dear to my heart. And the things that are close to me and really personal and dear, I should hold on tightly to because they can be used against me. And so often, girls are the worst. So often I would want to bond with my friends who are actually my bullies. And of course, you share something, and that thing that I told them would come back to me and harm them. So I took away a belief and from these very strong emotions that I had, and I built a wall between me and people that sharing close things about me was dangerous. So that could be one example. Maybe you can think of something that happened in your past. And here's the thing about healing these blocks or nets. We actually don't have to know exactly what happened in the past, although we might kind of get a hint about where it came from. It's possible, and it does help to remember those experiences in the long-term healing of things. But for actually removing these energetic injuries from our energetic body, we don't actually have to know what's happened in the past. Now, unfortunately, the same thing that was meant to protect us from the past has now been reinforced. And I tried to draw a brick wall. It is a wall, and it's fairly solid and firm in our energetic field now. So every time we receive stimulus that is like the past traumatic experience, it comes up against this wall, and we get these emotions from this wall. So we get these emotions which trigger our past actions or current actions that we use to cope with the negative emotions that are coming up. So you can see that what was once used to protect us from the past is now we come up against this wall in our life. We try to do something different. We hit these emotions. We bounce back to actions that might just be coping mechanisms, but they do not help us in trying to change or improve our life. And this is why it's so hard. If we want to change something, anything, like if we want to be more productive, if we want to focus on other things, if we want to be more expressive with our authentic selves, if we want to have better relationships, if we want to make more money, if we want to see more success, I could go on and on and on about the things that we could want to improve in our life. We're going to hit up against these walls and blocks that we put up from our past in our energetic field. We're going to rebound back to our old behaviors. We can plow through these blocks, but we're constantly going to be pushing up against these emotions. And say I want to be more productive, but every time I sit down and work, I have these feelings, these really uncomfortable feelings of maybe failure, fear, anxiety from the past, from this block. I'm not going to want to sit down and be productive. And I can force myself every single day to do that, but it's not going to be enjoyable. And it might not last, right? So if you're thinking of a change you want to make in your life, but it just never sticks and it never lasts, and eventually you go back to the past, chances are you have an energetic block, a wall that's still up in your energy body. You can get rid of it. The stimulus, and it could just be a world stimulus, it could be a person stimulus, it could be anything, it could be a memory. You have a memory that comes up and it triggers that wall that's hemming inside of you. Now, the wall is not being helpful at all. In fact, it's keeping you in a box of sameness from the traumatic experience. And it's keeping your actions the same. And if you have the same actions, you cannot create a different life for yourself. It's only when we change our actions that we can change and create the future that we want. So if we remove this block and this wall, we are able to go forth with our positive intentions, with new actions that actually feel good. And that reinforces a new path in our life. And suddenly the thing that we want to do, we don't have resistance anymore to it. Can you imagine how much positive change we can make in ourselves if we know how to remove these energetic blocks from our system? This is also why positive intentions and thoughts and ideas about things that you want to change aren't enough. They won't work because you're not getting rid of the original trigger point or block in your energetic field. Your new thoughts are going to constantly come up and you're going to hit it. So this wall might feel like just something that you come up against and it shuts you down. Or maybe it's a wall that brings up emotions like fear or shame or guilt. If we get stuck in these behavior patterns of coping with our walls inside of us, we're not going to have a very enjoyable life because we constantly want to do things to create a better life, but we're constantly hitting against this wall and rebounding back. You can get rid of these energetic blocks without revisiting the past or knowing a past experience where they came from originally. Okay, so let's run through some techniques that you could use. I'm not actually going to explain them in this video, but I'm going to give you some things and ideas that you can go forth and try yourself. So one is called EFT, which is emotional freedom technique or tapping. I have actually done a video on this that I posted recently, so you can check that out right here. And it walks you through what EFT tapping is, super fast and super effective for getting rid of these emotional and traumatic blocks in your energy field. Another one is hypnosis and guided meditation, using your subconscious to guide you through clearing a block. You sort of have to know what you might want to clear and what you might want to solve in your system. So for example, I've been working on hypnosis and guided meditation because I have a leaky gut, or IBS, which is some sort of energetic field and stuck emotions or block that's happening in my digestive system. So there's a whole bunch of hypnosis and guided meditations for that problem. And these are things that you just don't sit down and it's one and done and you're good. So even though I am not having an IBS flare up right now, it would be wise of me to sit down and do a guided meditation and hypnosis to slowly remove that net or that block in that area of my energetic field. So you don't want to just do these things when you're having a flare up. You want to do it as a consistent healing practice and not just at the point where you're having trouble with it. So for example, if you're having trouble being productive, you don't want to just sit down and try to do something, notice that you're not being productive, and then do the EFT tapping technique. You want to wake up in the morning, do the EFT tapping technique, and just see it work throughout the day. And then you can go ahead and launch into any kind of work project that you'd want to do, noticing that you are more productive. Another thing that you can do is you can either do energy healing on yourself or you can find an energy healer. This is a little bit more specific because these nets and blocks, they can actually be located at certain points of the body. So again, I said the physical body and the energetic body are one and the same and they're inseparable. So for example, if I have trouble sharing my voice and my authentic truth, I might have a block in my throat chakra. It's possible to do energy healing on that specific part of my energy field of my physical body. The last thing I want to point out, you could be having issues in your chakra system. So it's really good practice to make sure the chakras are all flowing and connecting and communicating properly. So even just chakra balancing techniques or guided meditations can help you have the energy run smoother throughout your body, and that will help clear the these energetic blocks faster. But I want to go back to the first one that I mentioned, which is the EFT tapping technique. This is very effective. Again, I have that video that I made on my channel, which will come up at the end, to remove any kind of energetic block for a persistent problem that you're having in your life. So I hope this video helped you understand that you are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. You might just have these energetic blocks and nets that you put up originally to protect yourself that are now preventing you from living your fullest life. If you found this video useful, I'd love for you to hit that thumbs up. As a video creator, I appreciate that, and it helps other people find these videos. And please let me know in the comments, do you have anything in your life that you notice that you're hitting up against and you rebound back to your negative behaviors? Let me know below. We all have very similar problems, and we can help each other heal through these various techniques. Is there anything that you want to heal? I hope this content served you today. I just want to thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'm grateful for you, and I want to send you lots of love on your healing journey.